Welcome to the Voices of Atlas, where we are coming to you live tonight on a Monday because of special events. But we're going to talk about What If, where we will be your guide through this vast multiverse of what the fuck was that series. As you can tell, I'm not impressed. But for everyone at home today, it's
spoilers.
Like, I mean, for me. But for quick thing, since three of us here are Canadian, happy Canadian Thanksgiving to everyone listening in, watching. Yeah, it's Canadian Thanksgiving today, Nick. That's why we had the day.
Okay, this might be okay. I don't know if it's controversial or anything. I thought it was Indigenous Day, which sounds
It
awful.
is Indigenous Day
in the
okay,
US.
Got it. Okay.
Our Indigenous Reconciliation Day was September 30th.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well,
but while at it for saying happy Thanksgiving, we will recognize every single Indigenous individual out there, since Canada's built on their land for sure.
Yeah.
But
a lot of genocide, but
and a lot of genocide, and
from America, happy Indigenous Day. We recognize you, we hear you, and we support you. Anyway.
But as I said, we are the Voices of Atlas here today. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcast. We're working on that YouTube right now. It should be up by the end of the week. And we are here to talk about the Voices of Atlas.
We're here to talk about
We're here to talk about What If, not the Voices of Atlas.
What is it? But to start off, we should probably introduce ourselves. I am Super Nikender. I have secrets. Go ahead.
I'm Victoria Organa. You can find me at Victoria Organa everywhere, and apparently I have some hot takes today.
Yeah.
As usual.
I am Mixed and Anxious on TikTok and Laiba Hazara on Instagram, and I am the keeper of those hot takes and secrets.
She is the rice cooker.
I am the marvelous Johnny, the fool who messed up our intro for today, but that's fine. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff, and find out how silly I can be on the internet. So
yeah, we're having tons of fun today. A lot better than last time.
Even though one of us is just slightly dead.
Yeah. Well, we're all slightly dead, just a little bit.
Are you saying you're a zombie?
A quantum virus zombie, perhaps? We'll see.
We'll see.
But before we get into all that what if stuff, it's still spooky season.
Oh, yeah.
I personally love spooky season.
Okay.
And since Laiba was so wonderful and helped us conjure up a bunch of spooky questions, let's quickly engage in that with our audiences here today. Let's start off with, if you got trapped in one scary movie, which would you choose? Nick, The Haunted Mansion?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely the Haunted. No, okay. I was like thinking about this today. I was like, okay, what movie would I want? What's the movie where she gets stuck in a time loop? Happy Death Day. That's
one or two.
They're the same movie. So either
two?
Exactly, yeah, the same movie. Basically that. I just like time travel. I think that'd be like a cool. I don't know if I'd be up for dying all the time. That doesn't seem like fun. But maybe
Doctor Strange.
If the new Doctor Strange is like a horror thriller mystery that they said that they were gonna do, then probably, because then that's just a cop out for me to be in the MCU. Or I guess New Mutants, if that's like a horror thriller, I guess.
I would consider that scary.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet, but I have. That's why I haven't watched it, because it seemed a little scary.
It was scary to watch as a comic book fan. I'll say that.
I will nail my answer into Death Day, Happy Death Day, to do the time loop thing. I think that's gonna be my fun time.
Okay. So you'll just remember every single time you die.
Yeah, exactly. Because then
yikes,
can't be afraid of death if you.
But then it gives you an excuse to murder one dude as well.
What did I say? I always say like quotes to like my coworkers, and I'm like, life is just death's playback, so be the play button. And then,
put that on a t-shirt.
Put that on a t-shirt. Copyright by Voices of Atlas. Oh man,
I should put that on a rice cooker sticker.
Put on a rice cooker sticker. Oh man. Okay, Laiba, you go. What movie would you live in?
I think I'm gonna say the last horror movie which I watched. I don't know if it's considered a horror movie, but oh my god, wait, what was it called? Dracula Untold.
Dracula.
I watched. Yeah,
Was that the recent released one?
yeah, with like Luke Evans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You
'Cause,
should
like,
give that a watch. If you can watch it, I could probably watch it.
it's not really like a. It's not. Is it like a horror movie? It's more like an.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's
Really?
more like an action movie.
But like, there's another one. I don't think it's considered a horror movie, but it's like one of my favorite movies. Like, it's my favorite movie, which is Train to Busan.
Oh, that's a good one though.
I feel like that
It's-
would count.
right?
I
That
would
count,
hate
right?
to be
But, like,
in
I
that
don't
one.
like- I know, but like,
I thought you were gonna
I
say
don't wanna
Squid
be in
Game,
it.
honestly.
It kind of is a horror series, isn't it?
I mean, yeah.
I've yet to watch
But,
it. I'm
like-
watching it tomorrow, so
There's a
Ooh.
lot of death in it, so
Yeah.
I'd count that.
okay, fair.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say Dracula because I wouldn't want to be stuck in Train to Busan.
Yeah. That doesn't sound like
Honestly.
a good time. No.
Yeah. I was trying to think of horror movies, and I don't think there's any. But the question said scary movies,
Mhm.
and I was like, does the live action Scooby Doo movies count? Because that doesn't seem so bad. It's creepy, but like just ridiculous enough. Because I'm just like, I can't say Twilight again. It's like a cop out.
Okay, but like,
there are
to your
vampires, there are
defense.
werewolves.
Yeah.
to
Okay.
your defense, Monsters Unleashed's villain was scary to me. Like the chrome face guy, he
Uh-huh.
freaked me out as a kid. So
What was it?
So I'd live there.
The first movie had Scrappy Doo, and that confused me
Yeah.
so much as a kid.
he wasn't supposed to be the villain. Funny enough,
I had heard that, and then like
Yeah.
the director just like didn't. I had heard. I don't know.
it
if
was
this is
James
true.
Gunn.
Of course it was.
It was.
James Gunn
Was.
wrote the first two films. I don't remember if he directed the first one though.
I need to give them a rewatch, but all I know is like that was a moment,
Uh-huh.
and
It was
like the
so good
aesthetic,
stoned.
and like
God. Yeah, when it was Scrappy Doo, I was like, what? Because I like Scrappy Doo. Because I would watch
That's
like.
a
the-
hot take right there.
Did everyone hate Scrappy Doo? Because I
A
love.
lot of people hate Scrappy Doo.
Is
I
that why
don't have an
like
opinion.
nobody like ever talks about like why he was
I
the
don't
villain
care
in the first
for
one?
him, but a lot of people hate Scrappy Doo and Scooby Doo.
That's
kinda funny.
interesting.
Yeah.
My favorite series was the one where they were like at a camp and they were like teaching all the monsters how to be monsters, and I was like, oh, that's a fun
Oh,
idea.
13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo.
That's
Sure,
so
yeah.
cute.
I don't remember the titles as a kid.
Johnny.
Scary. I was gonna say Alien,
Oh,
because then it'd just be like me in a futuristic world,
oh yeah.
and the likelihood of me getting killed by one is unlikely. But if I were to get murked by one, it'd be horrifying.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
sounds
'cause,
like the
like, it's
worst way to
either-
go.
Yeah, like either chest burster or in Alien Covenant's case, a spine burster. It got interesting. to say the
Lab is
least.
just holding herself.
Laiba, have you ever seen Alien?
I saw that one scene though where it came out of him.
That's all I've seen either.
That's all I've seen.
I'm pretty sure, like, out of everyone here, I'm the one who will willingly watch horror films.
I think,
So
I
I
think
love,
that's like
I love how we're just like, oh, we're a pop culture podcast, but we don't watch movies.
we don't indulge in the scaries.
you know the trope of like impregnating things in horror movies is like the worst thing for me. I can't do it. It's so oh
Face
god.
huggers implanting
Yeah.
shit in you and
mm-mm.
just
nope.
We're back to last episode with aliens and goo.
happy go lucky
we're all
goo
about
fucking.
we're all about that goo.
Mhm.
We're progressive in that way.
See, the goo at least does it just absorbs into you. It
Is-
doesn't, unless you're meeting Carnage and sticks his
At-
tongue down your
At
throat.
least goo is gender fluid because it's goo.
It's
It's
also
fluid.
regular fluid.
Regular fluid. Okay.
God, okay.
Wonderful.
So, is Alien a fair answer though? No
Yeah,
one's
I think
opposed to
so.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
okay.
It's not
It's
fair
fair.
answer.
Okay. Next one we got here is: would you rather go to a Halloween party or go trick or treating?
Do you want my honest answer?
Yes.
I'd rather just stay home. I'd stay home just to give out candy.
Is,
Give
yeah,
out
is giving
candy?
out candy an answer? Because
Yeah, man. That's,
Yeah.
I feel
was
like that's a
gonna
part of
say.
trick or treating.
Yeah,
I'd go
that's what I
party,
do every year.
just not during the pandemic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
like,
like
I'll
I've
go
been
to
to
a costume
parties
party.
here and there, and they're fun to an extent, but nobody really, at least my friends, go hard. At least my in real life friends. I'll make note that my TikTok friends would go all out. My real life friends don't. And it's just like, it's so hard to schedule and this and that. And in Canada, it's cold.
Oh yeah.
And
Started snowing
so you
here.
can't wear like the skimpier costumes because you
It
gotta
started snowing in Alberta.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Yesterday and
didn't
today.
it?
Yeah, so I'd stay home and give out candy.
Giving out candy is honestly the move.
Okay, that's
perfect
fair.
move.
That's fair.
What about you, Johnny?
I
What would
think
you
I'd
do?
go partying. Depends on the party as well, though.
Oh, you young.
I'd go to a party you're at, Johnny.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh damn.
That
Okay.
sounds fun.
Because like,
I'd go to Johnny's
I want to
party.
hang out with my friends.
Yeah.
fair. Well, that's the thing. Like Halloween parties to me, like a component to it is having a horror film on while at it.
Oh, I won't go
So-
to your party, Johnny.
Okay. Not even if there's Chucky.
No.
Make a live bar like. Fuck
I
this
read
shit.
all the spoilers though for all the Chucky since last episode,
Oh.
and it seemed like the same movie every time.
Yeah, they pretty much are. Yeah.
I think I would only go to those parties. Yeah, I'd have to like know people. I can't just like go out and
Oh yeah. No.
just like crash a party. It's not gonna be me.
Oh, that's scary.
I have never crashed
Yeah.
a party. I've only go to ones I'm invited to. So yeah.
Yeah.
Never
But
been to
then-
one.
What about you, Laiba? What would you do? Are you in the
I
give
would-
out candy?
I would do the same thing I do every year, which is give out candy,
Yeah.
but also watch Scream
Okay.
and then watch What We Do in the Shadows
Oh.
because it's what I do every year.
I still
Funny
need to
to-
watch that. One of my friends for the last few years, he's just been like, Victoria, you gotta watch this. You'll love it. It's fucking vampires. and then like after it's like Taika Waititi. I'm like, I need to watch this. But
I love What We Do in the Dark. It is absolutely amazing. It's hilarious.
What are we gonna do? Free
so
Guy.
good.
You said Taika Waititi. Now I want to do Free Guy. I love Free
I
love
Guy.
mean, I do have that on the check back list
Oh
for
really?
us.
Yeah, maybe we might do
Yeah.
that
Oh,
sometime
yeah.
soon.
I
'Cause
did
we're-
watch it.
Exactly.
Again, we're dry for like the next month, so maybe we'll just like shoehorn
Maybe we'll
it
do
in
Free
somewhere.
Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But also, if you were to get infected by one of these, would it be a vampire or a zombie?
Vampire.
Vampire.
you know my answer. Vampire.
Yeah, vampire. At least do vampires have free will? Is that
Yes.
You are a slave to your hunger.
that's not as
I
mean,
already am.
Yeah.
so-
Like what am I really becoming? Just a better version of
Like,
myself?
I mean,
Exactly.
you are infecting others though, so like, do your morals kick in? Become the question.
well, that's
Like,
when you
I
drink
have
them
none.
till they're dry,
Yeah.
so you don't infect them. Like if there's no blood left, there's nothing to infect. Really.
Okay,
right?
well, hang on.
That's usual vampire rules. Because like if you bite them and you don't drain them all, or you bite them and then you kill them and the venom's in the system, then like
I think
I guess.
if I still had my moral standing being a vampire and I don't totally give into my hunger, I'd probably go look for like a humane situation and like
so you'd
Synthetic
be
blood?
like the Cullens,
I guess, but like I probably wouldn't.
eating mountain lions, bears.
Okay, see, this is where the details of like being a vampire come into play. It's like, is that going to suffice the hunger, right? If you only get suffice from eating human blood, am I gonna have to like go to like mortuaries?
So Nick, do you eat meat?
I eat everything. I eat everything
So
and
if you
anything.
couldn't have meat for the rest of your life, would you suffice, or would you like crave a steak sometimes?
I don't believe in alternatives, so I don't like believe in vegan meats. I don't believe in.
Oh no, like I mean, like
Oh,
there's so many good like non-meat proteins that you
Right,
don't have
right,
to
right.
imitate
Beyond
meat.
right.
Like you tofu's just so good on its own. Like it doesn't have to try to be anything else.
Yeah, I get what
Hopefully.
you're saying. I get what you're saying.
But like if you're craving like
If you're
steak sometimes,
craving
or-
ribs, you're gonna want ribs. Like a nice
Yeah.
barbecue rack of ribs.
I feel like you guys are like trying to back me in a corner to seem like I'm a
little
psychopath.
A little bit.
No, I'm just saying like that's how it's been
Yeah,
described in
yeah.
literary senses of
Right.
like but if you're just vegetarian all the time, it doesn't feel like anything different, right? So
Yeah. I don't know. There's my mind's not racking around.
so you
the-
probably could do it.
Yeah. What about you, Laiba? What would you do?
I'd be a vampire. That was my
Yeah,
answer
yeah.
straight
Yeah.
away. But it also,
You don't
like,
care
I'm
what
also
the
thinking-
circumstances are. Like, I'm sorry, vampire, I'm in.
I'm
Mhm.
in.
I'll
Yeah.
just stay in
Cool.
my basement and come out at night.
Exactly.
I'll eat boys.
Exactly. Me too.
Yeah.
So bring it back
Guys.
to Jennifer's body again.
Maybe I'd like turn into it. Like it's like if I'm a vampire, maybe I'd like turn into a vigilante and just like go kill murderers or something.
Like Venom.
Vampire Batman.
That requires a lot of front work
Or
though.
Edward.
You know, I gotta like go look for people, figure out how bad they are, and like decide.
Some
And,
Death Note stuff.
play God in that moment. I don't know about that.
He's just standing there.
The laziest version just seems like going to mortuary and just like eating fresh bodies.
You make a
or-
website and
Or
then
blood
people can
bank.
just volunteer and sign up.
Yeah, yeah.
Make
would
it
be-
public.
I don't know though.
Because like Nick, why are 5 pouches of the donations for blood missing?
I don't know.
I don't know. And then there's just like a drip.
I'd probably go get a doctorate at that. Probably finally go be a nurse because I'm immortal, and that would probably please my parents.
By the time you get it, they might be dead though.
At least I knew that I did something that they would be proud of. All right, Johnny. What
How
would
about you, Victoria? Would you have an
Oh,
issue
yeah.
with your morals as a vampire? I think this
I
has become
mean,
a vampire
At that
question.
point, nah, not anymore.
That's just
like
the
you just
natural
gotta do
order.
what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
What are morals when you're immortal?
Exactly.
Here's the thing. I think I'd just be an absolute troll with it. Like, have you guys seen that joke where it's like, why are the vampires just keep infecting the vegan? I think I'd do that.
Oh man.
It's like, cool, where are the vegans?
you. Johnny's got the
This
hottest
is like-
takes today. Oh man.
PETA's gonna come after us now.
Vegans hate us. Sorry,
Vegans
vegans.
usually do hate me.
Sorry, vegans.
Sorry for Johnny.
Sorry for Johnny.
But in all actuality, if I could be like a certain form of vampire, I think I'd try to be like the one from Hotel Transylvania. I tried to be Adam Sandler's Dracula.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah.
He can also
No.
turn into a freaking wolf and shit. Like, come on. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But now, before we get into dear God, before we get into Marvel's What If stuff, Nick, did you finish the rest of Star Wars Visions?
Let's get into the Star Wars, or let's get into the what if stuff. Because
So that's a no.
it's a loaded question there. Let me think about it.
Why is it I have finished?
It's not what we're talking about today, Johnny. Stand up.
It's just gonna be a recurring thing until you do watch
Don't
it.
worry about it. Don't worry about it. I've been really busy.
What if?
Okay, let's
if?
get into What If. You guys have heard my opinions of what I think of the overall series.
Mhm.
Let's hear from everyone else, though.
Is it spoiler free?
No, we're doing
No,
spoilers.
no.
Or
Completely
spoilers?
spoiler warning.
Spoilers warning for
Spoiler
anyone
warning.
watching. We are spoiling all of What If, but it's
I
not
mean, I
much
feel
we're
like the
spoiling.
Marvel pages have spoiled all of it by
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Because I only watched it today and it was like, I'm not really surprised.
Yeah,
So
it is what it is. Like, you knew about Thanos getting just zapped in half
Oh, yeah. Day
before
of.
you even saw the episode, so.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's like the most boring part of the episode, but
honestly, yeah, I get what you're saying there. I got attacked for having opinions, and
really?
yeah, well, not attacked, but like people were like, I was
Okay,
calling.
so what did you think? What did
Okay, yeah. Let's start with some questions that
Serious.
we had.
Yes,
What were we hoping? What was
out
this?
of What If as an overall.
Oh,
What were your
I thought
expectations and all that.
what we were gonna get in What If was gonna be just like balls to the walls creativity in terms of like what we were gonna see. I thought it was gonna be fun and it was gonna be like what we got out of Visions. That's what I wanted, like something on that scale. I think
You wanted
Victor-
some Star Wars Visions Twins episodes.
yeah, and I didn't
'Cause
have
that's
that.
all
I
he
did
watched.
not have that. That's all I watched. Okay, all 9 episodes. That's all I watched. But we didn't get that in What If. It was just kind of like very tamed, I guess. There were some
It was
unique ideas.
Very tamed, yeah. I think that's the
Yeah.
best way to put it.
But I don't know. I think I came in expecting to have fun, and I did have fun. Like I enjoyed it, obviously, but it wasn't like I was waiting every night at midnight to watch it. There were some days I just went to bed and I was like, I can watch this tomorrow,
Mhm.
you know. And I
It was definitely
completely
something I just
fine
woke
with
up the
it.
next day and just went, cool, I'm
Yeah.
awake, I'll just watch it now.
Yeah.
It's not, I gotta
Yeah.
see what happens next, like Loki, WandaVision, or Falcon Winter
Okay.
Soldier.
Yeah.
KJ
Yeah.
Jones in our chat says more like whatever.
says, what if
Honestly.
episode 9 more like whatever?
Yeah. Very much throughout the series, rather than what if, I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Just
Yeah.
Marvel.
Honestly,
I
yeah.
have high
like,
expectations.
What if this series was good?
okay,
You
Johnny,
know?
what was your expectations? Because I had my own and they shifted mid-season, but I want to know yours.
So, as the comic book reader guy, like, what if, as a comic series, has always just been one single issue to tell a possible story within the Marvel universe for the comics?
So like
And even-
Visions.
Yeah, but even then, they went balls to the walls for the comics because, you can take more liberties with that. But even then, I was hoping for, like, they just gave it 30-minute runtimes, and I feel like that was probably one of the biggest detriments to it because, like, the stories they told, like, I'm sure they could have been intriguing if they showed more of it, and
Yeah.
that's just not what we got, because that's also one of the biggest issues with the comics, is because let's establish this interesting idea and then we'll stop right here and then never come back to it,
Yeah.
which is what the series
Yeah.
was pretty much, except we did
It
come back to it,
wasn't?
but not in
Yeah.
a satisfying way,
Yeah.
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 Okay. Yeah. Because for me going into it, I was just like, oh, this is gonna be cool. They're gonna experiment, and basically, I was expecting what we got out of Visions,
Mhm.
but then it was like, then we got like another like the final trailer before it was released. It's like, oh, it's really cool that like maybe these worlds will collide in some way. 'Cause multiverses, we're in the multiverse era.
Yeah.
But then midway through the season, I'm just like, I kind of don't want them to collide.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
I'd rather them just tell small and complete stories
Right.
and just leave it, just establish that, oh, these are glimpses of what's happening in the multiverse. And obviously that's not what we got. I think we got Multiverse of Madness, but as the movie, but I don't know what they're gonna do in that movie because I feel like we got that in the show.
Laiba,
Yeah.
Laiba, what were your thoughts? What did you expect and how did they
I
compare?
was kind of excited at the beginning, just seeing, I think, one of the trailers with Chadwick's voice when they revealed that he was going to be Star-Lord.
Mhm.
But then I found out that the first episode was going to be about Peggy Carter. And I was like, and then I watched it and I'm like, Sebastian's in this episode. So I have to watch it, but that was my least favorite episode.
Yeah.
Did not
Bottom
like
of the
it.
list for me.
The zombie one, right?
Yeah.
No.
What?
Peggy's.
No,
The
first one.
Peggy.
Oh, Peggy.
Captain Carter.
Right.
Though I do gotta say, in the finale, she was a lot more her own person.
Yeah.
And I like that much better.
What did you guys think of Peggy? Because like, I thought, I don't know. I feel like
I thought her episode was too beat for beat for Captain America: The First Avenger. It wasn't creative at all in that sense. Seeing her in the finale showed more of her instead of just Femme Steve,
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
Which adds to my point of, you set something up here and you're not going to do anything with it, really. You're just showing the setup.
Right.
It's a little bit like the Ninth Jedi almost.
Yeah.
I think
But Ninth Jedi was definitely better than all of this series.
I think my initial, like, when I saw the first one with Peggy, I was excited because I was like, it's something brand new, and this is like, it's like basically the first Avenger again. I can forgive it because it was a little bit of a different take, and I was like, okay, that's kind of like how some what if stories are like they're not going to be always phantasmical, but then in comparison to like what we got in the rest of the series, like, this doesn't hold weight anymore. It's not holding its water. It's not holding its place as being like exciting to watch again. Those are my thoughts on, I think, lackluster all the way through.
Yeah, I will agree to that. I feel like the more I sat on an episode, the more I ended up disliking it in some way, or like the more flaws I found in it, and something just felt wrong every single time I just thought about an episode more, Yeah. But yeah, so that's our expectations. But like, we got to find some form of positivity in this, right? So like, do we have a favorite episode, anyone?
Yes.
Yeah, Victoria. What's your
Is it your
favorite episode,
background?
Victoria? I wonder which one.
I liked Party Thor and I liked Star-Lord's T'Challa. I think for the same reasons. Like, I mean, there was some life or death stakes, not really, but like we got to see these characters in a new light and different characters interacting with each other, and I thought that was really like a fun time to spend with the characters, because I felt like those episodes were like a breath of fresh air after Marvel just trying to like give us intentionally more trauma, and I'm like, you can do nice things to the characters too.
Yeah. I can be
I thought
happy.
those two also had more of a message to them too. Like the T'Challa Star-Lord is like, if you are nice and you're kind and you like talk things out, like generally that works out. Like if like the good in you will bring out the good in others, especially how T'Challa and also Chadwick was just, it was like the perfect role for him.
It really
like
was.
I don't think
It
they
was
could have done
perfect.
anything where he was mean, because he was just
How
like
could you-
it ended
how
up being a
could you?
sweet thing.
Yeah.
And then the party Thor is just like, okay, like, yeah, we're getting a whole bunch of cameos. You get to see a lot of people interact. I know a lot of people had problems with it, but it's just like, do you just want all of your characters to hurt all the time? Like, you're like, oh, why is Korg there? Why is everyone here? It's just like, I don't know, like Thor's had access to space this entire time.
Oh yeah.
And if he's party Thor, he's gonna meet all these people. Like, it's not that weird. We're
Plus,
just
like if you're
seeing them.
holding parties across the galaxy, you know the Grandmaster's gonna come. You know he's gonna bring
Yeah.
a bunch of people. Like,
Exactly.
don't try
It's
to poke
not
holes in
that
something
crazy.
there. Yeah.
Like you don't have to think that hard about it. Like in that scenario, sure, it makes sense. It's like it is. I mean, but then at the end, they didn't need to add Ultron at the end of that video, like episode, because it kind of took it out of it.
Yeah.
Because
It was like-
he came in before we actually saw the Ultron stuff. I mean, I see why they
we
did
just
it. They
saw
set it up, the
Ultron
cliffhangers.
bots. Yeah.
We're like, oh, Ultron bots, what's this? And then we have to watch the next 2 episodes to figure it out. But
I feel like if I didn't know that there was a Vision Ultron episode, that might have been a better note for it, because like, say I wasn't aware of it, I'm like, okay, cool, then I guess Ultron still happens in some way in this universe, right?
the promos gave away kind of a lot too. It's just like, oh, you see the Watchers kind of freak out, and it's just like, oh,
yeah, there's
well,
also,
now
like,
they're gonna team up and they're gonna have their little Avengers moment, which is like still fun, but it's like, I don't know. I just don't like it when all the characters have to hurt all the time.
Yes.
I agree with that.
Laiba, what was your favorite episode?
My favorite episode was your least favorite episode, which is the zombies one. I love the zombies episode. Like, first of all, I just love seeing these characters who've never interacted with each other interact with each other. Like, it's, I don't know, it was just so like wholesome, and just seeing like Peter Parker again, and he's just, I don't know. He's I just think it's a really good episode. I've heard that it's like the comics are a lot more gruesome, like the zombies version, and it wasn't really happy and cute. Not cute.
Peter ends up eating out May and Mary Jane.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
It's wild.
I like that Peter though a lot in that episode. He was my favorite Spider-Man in the MCU so far, because like he had like the little vlogging thing going on, and he's just like this goofy kid like trying to find the best
t-shirts ever.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I made like $200.
Oh, sick.
I'm still waiting for I'm waiting for Shang-Chi one.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
You've reminded me. Yes.
Oh man. Yeah.
How about you, Nick? What was your favorite?
I really enjoyed the Dark Doctor Strange one. It was the development that he never got in the movies, and it was just interesting to see, like, because I always liked Doctor Strange as a character, and I really liked him as a character in his own movie, but he doesn't really go through a lot of development in terms of like what
motions.
Yeah, like in terms of like what was like him changing as a person. He was always like kind of just like a pretentious asshole. He just shifted goals, you know? He was a pretentious asshole being a surgeon, and then he becomes a pretentious asshole being the Sorcerer Supreme. But that episode kind of explored like who he is, like how he loves somebody, and I thought that was like really interesting to see. The fridging is definitely big on that one though. Where like
Yeah.
she definitely is
I think
just
that's
there
why it's not higher on my
on your
list,
list,
even though
yeah.
it's probably still number 3 because
Mhm.
I'm just like, it's like I like Doctor Strange seeing his time to shine, and like it's again too like his desperation and his like pretentiousness kind of goes to the max,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and it's very focused in the story too, as
Yeah.
opposed to some of the other episodes where they leave it on like, oh, the whole world is kind of this or that. This one is just like him in the time loop and kind of just going through it, and you're actually really focusing on one character, one story, instead of like, here's the setup for a world.
Right.
Mhm.
Everyone
Peace.
always makes that argument to me. Like I always say, like he doesn't learn anything in the first movie because like basically he's just the same person, just more amplified in a different direction. And he's like, no, he sacrificed himself like 1,000, a million times. I was like, no, he only did that because he knew he'd win. He wouldn't. He's not dumb. Like he wouldn't do that if he knew he wouldn't win. And I don't think that's sacrifice. If you know you don't lose, like that's
that also
not
was
the
like
same
kind of like
thing.
a duty thing too.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I mean, as a doctor too, he had his
Mhm.
like code of ethics and stuff too. It's like you can't just, if you know you can save this person, you can't just like not.
There.
But it was like my favorite episode because it was like a good like character study and like what he
Mhm.
could potentially be.
Mhm.
But also, I just started going off the rails and like, how the hell am I going to get Robbie Reyes in the MCU? Like he definitely
Man is the
is.
key.
I saw him take that dragon.
Robbie?
Yeah, I saw him take that dragon, and he looked like Mephisto, and I was like, "This is it. This is him. This is Mephisto. He's coming in."
I remember us talking about it. Like your head went to Robbie. My head's like, cool. Iron Fist?
No, Robbie.
Well,
We're shoehorning Robbie into these episodes. I was like, every episode, I was like, yeah, he could be here, right here. He could show up right now in the Hell Charging.
You should see like early credits, like Gabriel Luna's in this. What?
Yeah.
It has to mean this.
Wonderful. God. Yeah, that's my favorite episode. So
Fair. I think like that one's my second favorite. My personal favorite is the T'Challa Star-Lord one, just because, like, for what it is, like I complain about how it leaves you wanting more. In that circumstance, I can still be okay with it. Like I can ponder the what if question of will Ego destroy the planet or will the Guardians stop it? And one or the other, I'm fine with not knowing the conclusive answer, you know?
yeah, it wasn't like as big of a cliffhanger as like Peggy shows up and there's these tentacle monsters, and this is like
Yeah.
they ended it on kind of like a lighter note,
Exactly.
like T'Challa and his family and the Ravagers are all reunited. They know they got their reunion.
I
It
will
was
say,
nice.
And then there's like, oh, and something else might cause them problems
Yeah.
in the future.
Here's like just a future issue for them that they'll probably solve because
Yeah.
heroes.
I will say, like, as much as I believe that Chadwick Boseman, man, so rest in peace, T'Challa is a great character. I don't know if he's that great to. I can believe that he turned Thanos. Like, I can totally believe that. I can understand that. But to convince him to join the Ravagers, beyond me. I was like, I give him so much credit for. I understand he could do that, but to join the Ravagers, I was like, that's too much. I don't believe that. That one's a far fetch for me.
That one was
It's
a little
far-fetched, but I'll take it. I enjoyed it enough.
Oh my god.
It was
I mean,
funny
that's
as
the part
hell.
of like what if that's kind of like you just gotta lean into the ridiculous
Yeah.
a little bit. It's
Yeah,
just like
a
everyone
little bit
partying
like
on Earth.
twins.
Yeah.
We got Blonde Gamora. So
We
that
got
was-
Blonde
oh, no,
Gamora.
not
Nebula.
Blonde Nebula. Blonde
All
Nebula.
right. Korath as well was honestly probably one of my favorite characters in that episode.
Mhm.
Just the enthusiasm in it.
Laiba, in the zombie episode, other than Peter, did any of the characters like you liked a lot of?
For some reason, I really loved Hope in this episode.
She was so good.
She so cool. Her relationship with Peter
Mhm.
was one of the most heartwarming things
Yeah.
I've ever seen. And just I don't know, like and Vision and Wanda.
Oh yeah.
That one that one was kind of disappointing because they were promoting Zombie Wanda a lot
Yeah.
for what
Yeah.
and then we see her for like 5 minutes
Yeah.
and then that's it.
Yeah, I felt
And
that
she
was
just
like
eats Bucky.
that was like a big thing with like especially a lot of the merch in the promo and stuff, they had a lot of promo for a lot of the zombie Avengers that showed up for like not even a minute on screen.
Yeah.
Zombie
Like
Cap.
Zombie Strange, Zombie Juan, and Iron Man.
Where's Zombie
Like,
Wong? He would have been the
Zombie
real
Captain
threat.
America, like we saw him for a little bit, like Iron Man,
Mhm.
Yeah, like
Wanda, everybody. It's just like everybody got a Funko Pop, and I was just like, yeah, you don't have like many other characters from like T'Challa's episode, from
Mhm.
whoever's episode. Like,
I will gladly take a Ravager Thanos Thor. Jesus.
yeah, like they had so many more opportunities of characters that were longer and that we got to care a little bit about.
Yeah.
So we're just like, oh, Falcon just got cut in half.
Yeah.
Steve got cut in half.
This
Like,
is the end of the line, buddy.
Yeah, I like that
Iron
line.
Man and like Strange were like the first ones to die. Like,
Yeah. Which,
Ant-Man
by
was
the
so
way,
cool.
I'm still bothered that
It
Iron
was.
Man got infected while he was in that nanotech armor.
Well, that
Right.
okay, I can kind of get that because like the first one to get infected was Ant-Man,
Ant-Man, right.
Mhm.
and
But
so
why did Iron Man make the nanotech armor to begin with? It's because Scott was able to get into his armor back in Civil War.
I
so
didn't
I
know
thought
that.
that was him trying to like compensate for miniature enemies and all that. So
I've
I
been
don't
got,
know.
I've been got, I've been unnerved.
I don't know.
You got
That's just
me.
my thing. That's a personal thing. Seeing a zombie Iron Man using the suit though was interesting and cool. I will give them that.
Honestly,
Yeah.
this is my biggest issue with like superhero movies. They take off their mask way too much, and I understand it's so they can get FaceTime, but it happens all the time. It's like
Yeah.
keep the mask on, man. Like
Yeah,
because
that's why T'Challa didn't get infected.
hmm And that's also why like they added the expressions to his like Spider-Man suit. I think they wanted to show more of his
Mhm.
face without showing his
Exactly.
face, but they still ended up not using it.
Yeah, that
as
always
much.
bothered me in Endgame when, like, cool, you have a barrage coming after you. Why are you taking off
Yeah,
the
hell
only
no.
form of protection you have for your head?
Yeah. Now we're just angry nerds.
I thought we always were.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right, so we got
that-
into our favorites.
yeah.
We talked about some of our least favorites. Did you find yourself liking any other parts of this series at least? Like, Nick, you love art,
Mhm.
animation-wise, anything like that?
to the credit of the animators, I think they did an amazing job. I think the
Yes.
animation in this show is like top notch, and I think they really wanted an animation style that was going to be like almost timeless, because this is going to be one of those things like if people want to rewatch it, it's not going to feel old, it's going to feel fresh, and maybe not new, but it's definitely going to hold the test of time for a while. I think they were very smart in doing that. There is like some moments that the animation is like amazing in terms of action. We saw that in the first episode for sure. We saw that in the finale for sure. So to the credit of like the artists and the design team and the animation team, like triple S in my book. It was almost flawlessly done. I think they were very smart in deciding how they were going to approach this series. I just wish that the writing followed up with that. That would have just made it amazing. And I was like really excited. That's one of the biggest reasons I was excited for Visions, because I was like, I love all these anime studios, and they delivered with their storytelling. Except the Twins. Twins had no storytelling. They just wanted to just shove as much style in there, and they just made up for it. And I'm gonna live on that forever.
Yeah, I want to hop on and say how much I love the animation style too, because that was the biggest highlight point for me. It was just gorgeous through and through. I keep on thinking of the one scene of Doctor Strange's episode where he's sitting in the sanctum, where he's making that decision, and that rain is reflecting also on top. Like, I was just like, this is just top tier beautiful. The entire way is great too. It made me disappointed too, like seeing every week about the writer saying, oh, we want to see this person live action, this person live action, this person live action. It's just like, it's canon. It's very much canon. The animation style is beautiful. I don't know why you want to pull that out, because you would not get nearly the same effect, especially in the finales and stuff too. It's just like, you would not get the same effect of that in live action. It would look really aged in CG and whatever, because like especially in the final battle or anything in the Strange episode, the way they do the spells, the letters and the runes and stuff, and how they kind of break away and they fall, like, you couldn't do that in live action. I don't know why people want it all in live action too, but it was so beautifully done. Like if I rewatch it, it's mostly going to be to have something pretty on in the background.
Yeah.
What about you, Laiba? What was your favorite part?
I love the animation. I'm not an art person, but I really love the animation in the Doctor Strange episode where like everything is falling apart around him.
Oh yeah.
Like he ruins everything and then starts
I
closing
love
out.
how
Oh,
like
I
people are
love
like
that
pulling away
scene.
like the ink and all that.
Yeah,
'Cause,
I
like,
ink
love
blots.
that.
Yeah.
It was so pretty. I also really like the voice acting in it. Like Natasha's
Oh yeah.
voice actor. I loved her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she got
She
this
was
kind
really
of
good.
raspy voice.
Yeah.
So
She's a baddie.
She she was.
She was the Natasha in this What If series, in my opinion, is what I've been searching for in the live action Natasha.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. So
They finally
there's
gave
that.
her justice and some writing, and
Yeah.
they almost had me in the last episode too. I was so close to crying so many times. I'm just like this. Like this is also predictable, but I care so. Like they made me care so much about that Natasha. I was just like,
Oh,
yeah.
and
like
that.
even the one in What If the Mightiest Heroes Fell, and like the other Natashas too.
Yeah. Pre-serum Steve Rogers. I'm so bothered that Gamora didn't get her episode, which I thought was a bad decision.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were promoting her so much.
Yeah.
We should be getting in season 2 allegedly.
But see, like,
we
that's-
were supposed
Yeah.
to get 10.
This
but,
is the
yeah.
toughest part, though. Is like I can't judge something that's not out, and
Yeah.
if you're going to like
And it's not
incorporate,
complete
Yeah.
either.
and if you're going to incorporate that element in the finale, and make it a big part of the story, but you don't choose to like, have that in the original run, it's gonna it just feels empty, right? And it's like I can't judge it off something that I haven't seen nor is out. So right now it's like it feels very empty, very lackluster. That she, it was cool she showed up. I don't know anything about her, and everything she brought with her was like, why did they even bring in the Infinity Crusher? That's my biggest thing about the finale. The Infinity Crusher.
Why do you have this? Why do you
Yeah.
need it? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the laws of like how the Infinity Stones, it's like a new law was introduced and how they work every episode. And I was like, I don't understand how these stones work anymore. And I shouldn't be finding out more and more about them when we're like 20 minutes away from the series ending.
Yeah, like that was honestly the lack of Gamora episodes seems sad because it took me until today to watch the last 2 episodes. I feel like binging them back to back made the most sense, honestly. But going into it, I knew they were like, oh, there's supposed to be 10 episodes, but one had to be moved to the next season, so we'll see it then. And then I saw everyone online is like, where the heck did Gamora come from? Why is she there? And I'm like, her episode got cut. Yeah. Now I know.
Yeah.
Like,
funny enough, like I thought the Tony
very
and
obvious.
the Armored Gamora episode were separate episodes because there's the Tony on Sakaar thing. I didn't think they were linked. I thought they were separate the entire time until we got to that last episode.
Yeah, so I'm just like, what is like, if you're gonna do that, then take her out of that episode. Like, then they'd be like, oh, we already sold the merch and everything. Like, it felt a lot bit rushed. And I'm like, I would like to know. I love Gamora. I don't know why she's there. I know why she is and why her episode's not there, but that's not an excuse to put out like a unfinished product. So it seems weird. And it was like, I was reading Infinity Wars a couple weeks ago, and
where Gamora's the Infinity Lady with the giant sword.
Yes, Requiem.
Requiem, yes,
is her name. But so I thought it was going to be a play on that. I was excited to see what if episode maybe she had all the stones. Honestly, I thought that like episode 8 with Ultron maybe was like them duking it out or something. No, nothing. We get no context. But in context of like, how are the stones keep on shifting and having power here and there? I'm just like, that comic gave some idea of like, oh, different stones in different universes work a little bit differently. But it also doesn't, it makes sort of the Loki setup and also in the comic setup too. It's like, if you bring the stones into it, not your universe, it doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why does it work? Is it because he
I don't know.
ascended?
I don't know.
Who
See, like,
knows?
Cosmic
Maybe he was
fusion?
just a robot and he found out like a different way around it. Who knows? I don't think we're ever gonna properly know.
And this is where I got attacked from, because I said like the writing was bad. There was too many things that we didn't know. There was too many things that weren't clearly stated early on. And it's not just the fault of the
It
finale.
didn't set up any rules
Yeah.
too, and they didn't stick to any of the rules that
Yeah.
were pre-established.
So I was like, it's just I feel like it was poorly written. And even if people like you want to dig out the details, if I have to sit here in an hour and I have to think about it, right? I shouldn't have to. Okay, I shouldn't have to. Not everyone is me and is gonna sit here for 2 hours trying to make sense of a 30-minute episode. Like no one's gonna do that, right?
Yeah.
It at the point of me having fun thinking about it, it just becomes tedious, and it's like, why should I have to think so hard about this? I should have just sat here and enjoyed it, and it just didn't make any sense. And people were like, oh,
Because also like the rules break from what it was reading in the comics. I'm like, this comic is like what, only 2 or 3 years old. Like
yeah.
they've set these rules pretty much in stone. In Loki, they set these rules in stone. So if you're gonna set up new rules, you gotta tell us.
Yeah. Laiba, what did you think about the writing? Like,
I felt exactly the same way as you did, because like, why do I have to analyze like a 20-minute episode? Like after the zombies episode, when they show Thanos, well, you have to figure out, you're like, how did he get all of these?
Yeah.
Like what's gonna happen?
Where did the time stone come from? Stuff like that.
Yeah. Are they gonna be in Wakanda, or is Thanos in Wakanda already? Like what is happening?
That was a cop-out like response from people that I would get. It's like, oh, it's a different universe, things happen differently. I was like, okay, but you need like,
But they've already set up this exposition that like most of it's on the same path.
yeah, like there's only
At
one.
at some point there's one divergence that
Yeah.
changes it, but like
That means everything else is operating normally, right? Because
yeah, unless like things directly affect
yeah,
it, right?
yeah, exactly. So it's like, I understand that like Thanos should have had some kind of direction getting these stones, but at the end he has like he has all of them, and I'm like, how though? There's a lot of questions, a lot of details missing, and it doesn't make me want more. It just makes me frustrated.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is confusing. Yeah, the writing was just like not it for me. I think that was what it was. There was too many components that were just like not making sense, and it was distracting. And again, usually I don't complain about it, but it's like it was so distracting. Trying to think about like, how does this all come together? But yeah, that's
because those are like, it's just like those are like the fundamental pieces.
Yeah.
This is stuff that you had to really think about, because like again, I can forgive like, oh, everybody else coming to party with Thor.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, like maybe it's a little ridiculous that T'Challa was so good that he turned Thanos into a Ravager, not just talked him out of it. Kind of ridiculous.
I still buy
But
it.
I guess it doesn't break the fundamental rules of the world,
Right.
really.
Yeah. What is it? Tugboat McGuire. My favorite part of What If was watching Tony die in almost every episode he was in.
I was gonna say that was one of my
Yeah.
favorite things in the series. Is going like dead Tony, dead Tony, dead Tony, dead Tony. Not you, Stark. Next.
The theory that I do like is like Tony dying is one of those like absolute unchanging points, and I like that idea because it's just like, but though he dies at different points in all of them, so it's like it's not really, but like,
Okay.
I mean, I just don't like Tony.
Since we're talking about Tony, how does everybody feel about Tony? Okay, because this is
It didn't make me like him more or less, honestly.
Right. Did you like him before, like knowing his entire run? Okay, yeah, same. He was not for me. Laiba, what did you think of Tony?
I don't know. I think I tolerated him. I don't like him. I don't hate him. But did I cry in Endgame? Yes.
Okay, I did cry.
Yeah.
I did cry.
Yeah.
But
I went into the movie, I was like, I hope he dies. Actually, I went into Infinity War saying, I hope he dies. And then when he died, I was just like,
Oh shit, he died.
he had a family.
Yeah, he had a family.
He had
I
a
was
daughter.
really young.
Like, I think I was
I
more.
lost my dad young.
I was more sad for the other characters. I know
Yeah.
they cared about Tony, and I'm like, oh man, Tony's gone.
yeah.
It's like, but now fucking-
Honestly, like Tony wasn't in this show enough for me to even care about him anymore
It
or
was
any less.
irrelevant.
Like he was just there to sell merch.
Mhm.
You know?
Do you think
The
he was-
most relevant he was in the Killmonger episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh right, I forgot he was. He was forgettable because it was so based on like Eric, right? So I'm
Yeah.
just like, he was just an accessory to him.
Eric is
and,
such a-
and he ends up dying. So
Yeah.
like,
Eric
Which-
is such an interesting character to me, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's like even on a celestial level, this guy's trying to get a W. This guy's trying to just like win and get as much
Hope he
power
gets
as
a
possible.
W,
Yeah,
man.
man.
at this point, like
living.
honestly, if I was him in that situation where like you could get all these super infinity stones or something and like help, restore your world if it was attacked by like sentient bots
Yeah.
and stuff like that. It's just like, I guess fair. I don't think his world was.
No.
Was
I
it?
mean-
No, it wasn't. He was like betraying everybody in
Mhm.
Ghana, so maybe not. But like, like if it was maybe like Thor's world where the Sentient bots were
Murdering
there
vaporizing,
already.
something like
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like if you could like unsnap them away, sure.
Mhm.
But I don't know.
Man.
But yeah, Tony was so forgettable that episode.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like Killmonger, in no way do I condone his actions, but he is one of the most intriguing and one of my favorite characters in the MCU. So to have his what if episode to be what it was, like it was a very interesting observation between Tony and Killmonger, where like Tony's like, "You and I are the same," and then for Killmonger, like, "No, we're not." I'm like, white privilege.
Yeah.
Like I like that
Mhm.
aspect of the episode.
Mhm.
And I wanted to see more of it, but then we just cut it off where it was, and we jumped to the last episode, and then there's even less resolution now for the world, in my opinion, because Killmonger is now stuck in this gem of a thing.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Right.
He didn't even go back.
I
to
don't
his
know.
hometown.
Like it seems like Killmonger, like his story gets cut way too short. Like
Yeah.
too. Like even in the like Black Panther movie, I'm just like they didn't, because he died. He didn't
Yep.
need to die, did he? Like,
I mean, he wasn't gonna allow himself to live on in a certain way. So like I see what they mean,
Fair.
and they definitely ended on a really high note with his last words. So
mhm.
I'm okay with what we got for him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
the
but,
fact
like-
that they were able to bring him back in some way, and then just for it to be this, I'm like, was it really worth it?
Yeah.
Like, was he that? Like his methods was wrong, but his anger,
It's justified. It's
valid.
understandable.
like, so it's like weird that they make him out to be like Ultron, sentient Ultron level bad.
Yeah.
They just Watcher just brought him in. Is like, I guess I could sacrifice this dude in a mini dimension forever,
Yeah. It just feels so screwed up while at it.
bro. Like even Doctor Strange is like, this is what you wanted the entire time. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Tony's out of the 10 years he's been in the Marvel universe, he has very little development. Shout out to Darth Chaco, who's hanging out in our chat right now.
Hey,
what's up,
Jocko.
dude?
What's up,
Hi.
man? Yeah, Endgame was the only time Tony had was a person, is what he said, and I kind of agree with that. We could
Oh
literally,
yeah.
we should have just the whole episode where we just bash on Tony Stark, because
I think we will get wrecked.
We
oh
can
well,
talk Tony around the time Ironheart comes out if we really want
that's
to.
true. Yeah. I mean, whatever.
Fair, because I'm excited to see Riri.
Did you
Oh, I'm
okay?
so
Did
excited.
anyone initially like Tony Stark? Because I definitely did.
Probably when I was a kid.
Yeah.
That's the
Oh,
thing.
he's
Like,
so
Right.
cool.
Iron Man came out when I was 10 years old.
Right. Yeah.
I was gonna like him. It's a dude with an armor, and he's shooting shit. He's blowing shit up. I
Mhm.
was gonna like him at the age of 10,
Yeah.
right?
I didn't watch his movies for the longest time, and I get like the first Iron Man movie's good. I still don't
Mhm.
like Tony as a person, but like
Oh,
his
yeah.
tech and stuff is cool. I'm an engineer, so it's just like
Yeah. That's fine.
I get it. I hate him. He's the worst kind of person. I don't want to I would not want to be a person like him in real life, but
Mhm.
I
mean,
can
Elon
see
Musk.
why people are cool, love him.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone, if you go to engineering school, everyone loves Tony Stark, especially because I had a lot of friends in the robotics
Elitist.
realm.
Elitist.
But
all of
I mean,
them.
their program was robotics.
Yeah. Well,
But what I'm
elitist.
hearing is they also love Ultron.
I love Ultron. Like as a villain, I
same.
love Ultron.
I
Ultron.
love him in the MCU.
He was stressful this season.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I liked him. Like this is the Ultron I really wanted to see
Mhm.
in the
Okay, Age of Ultron, they got rid of him way too quickly. But like,
Yeah,
I guess
man.
if you
They
if
should
you
not
get
have
rid
done
of
Ultron as
somebody
fast as they
like
did.
that, you have to nip it in the butt
You
really
need to build
quickly.
up to it. Is the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say like if he's on the internet and like he's controlling the world and everything, like you gotta cut that shit fast because
Fair.
like I like how is he really gone?
Right.
He might still be alive in the MCU too, apparently. Because like in Homecoming,
say yes.
Peter finds that little head
Ooh, right.
Yeah.
and it's still
Honest-
activated. It's got the red eyes.
So
I wouldn't be surprised if Ultron comes back.
I see a comment here that says, "Talk about Maguire's. I know some people really like Ultron."
Oh no.
No.
We already talked about
We-
this in
Is
the
that
last
a
episode.
thing?
Okay,
It
wait.
is.
So like, let's just clarify something here. You have
It
alien
is.
goo fucking. So at some point, you're gonna
That's
need an android
reasonable.
love fucking and wizards next, I guess.
Wizards.
You know the big three:
Oh,
Android.
Interesting.
aliens,
and-
androids, wizards.
Yeah.
yeah, alien
Yeah.
androids and wizard. But yeah, it's a thing on TikTok. There are a lot of edits of Ultron.
Oh no.
See,
I get why people liked the voice, like the Robert
See, I get
California.
Vision. I get Paul Bettany.
Paul. Yeah.
Fair.
He's a handsome guy.
He's
Yeah.
he did a good job in one.
That guy's got
Oh,
some nice shoulders. I don't know why, like in
yeah.
WandaVision, he was wearing that sweater shirt, and he had like just some
Hmm,
rounded,
he's
defined.
swole.
Yeah, he has like some rounded, defined shoulders, and I was
That
like, that is.
civilized British man look.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
It's like the new like Marvel hero shirtless scene. It's like, but you gotta put the guy in a turtleneck
Mhm.
because we've gotten that in WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Loki.
We need
The
Bucky
Sean.
to throw in that. What? Sorry.
Vishon.
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 It's been months.
I didn't want to
Since I
say it, but
played.
yeah, dude, that was my favorite video that was floating around on TikTok. Vishon,
Wait,
I was
what?
dying. You've never met Vishon? You've never
No.
lived.
It's like you know that Dwayne the Rock Johnson picture.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Now I know.
Oh
That's
my
the vibe.
god.
Yeah.
I love Vishon, man. I'd go to a Halloween party with Vishon. That guy makes the whole party happen. I'm so down for that. Oh
This
man.
pod went from happy-go-lucky, interesting to cringe.
That's the what if episode I want. I want the
You want a
Vishon.
Vishon episode? Is that
What
your
if
pitch?
Vishon was real? That's what I
Okay.
want. That's
What
what I
if-
need.
Bell bottoms for men were trendy. I want that Avengers What If episode.
Oh, man.
I don't know why that just came to me, but I would like to see that. All of these heroes with bell bottoms.
Okay. Here's an interesting question. If you wanted to see like a what this, I don't think anyone's thought about this. What is a what if episode you would have wanted to see from like the MCU stemming away?
For season 1.
Just
For,
like in general.
future, because like
Yeah.
they say they're gonna do season 2 is gonna be based off phase 3 and 4 and so on.
Mhm.
So
But like
What if Shang-Chi stayed?
stuff?
That was mine, goddammit, Laiba.
That's cool.
that was mine.
That
What if
is
he stayed?
cool.
Or
Now
what
I
Well,
if,
gotta
like
think of a
that.
new one.
Oh,
what if his mom
man.
didn't die? What if his mom didn't die?
What if they got it? Like if they let them into Talo.
What if they
Talo.
lived in
Talo.
Talo?
Talo.
Sorry,
That
what
would
was
have been way
Laiba?
more. That would have been interesting.
Yeah. What if they lived in Talo?
Yeah. Yeah, man, that would have been so.
I was gonna say, what if they did Loki justice?
Oh,
I mean, they
man.
kind of did in
Yeah.
What If. Like they actually showed
Good
closer to his
A human girl.
his like comic
Yeah.
personality,
Mhm.
but I'm like, how like see him shine, do his
Right.
thing where it's kind of like organized chaos the entire way through with being okay with the morally questionable stuff.
Do we feel like they should do what ifs for the TV shows? Actually, now that we consider it,
I mean, like when I say what if,
apparently they
yeah.
stayed away from. They had a couple Loki episodes that they were planning for, but they were told to stay away because of the Loki series. And it's like it would have been a perfect opportunity to show President Loki and like how did he get pruned there? Like they could have shown like, oh, both for Loki getting all the stones, like, and then how did he get pruned or whatever. Like that could have been like interesting. I don't know.
Like what if Kid Loki each season was based off a certain character?
The Kid Loki and how he killed Thor. Which is basically Journey into Mystery.
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't know. I just want them to do Loki justice.
Nick, I'm assuming your pitch is what if Ghost Rider was in the MCU since phase 1?
Yeah.
What if Robbie Reyes?
What if Robbie Reyes has been around
What
since
if instead
we
had Tony Stark, we had
Robbie Reyes? The better character.
I would like to see like what if Hank Pym made Ultron like in the comics?
Yeah, that would have been. Yeah, I remember I had like such an internal battle with that when they announced that like Tony Stark was gonna make Ultron.
I still do.
I don't understand how he thinks he can beat one super robot with another super robot, and he convinced Banner like this is a good idea. How stupid both of them are. I'm over it.
That's why I got so mad at that movie. I'm just like, this is the most preventable thing.
Yeah, it is not a fun idea. No,
like if there was a third person other, or even if one of them was just like, should we be doing this?
Yeah.
It wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess then, yeah, fine, you don't have a movie, but you could have had other big bads.
What?
Or you could have made the big bad from, like, yeah, maybe sure, like if Hank Pym did it and then they built their own. And they...
I do like the idea, though, that what if Ultron 1 was like, what if Tony and Banner didn't put Jarvis into the AI? That's how I like to see that one episode. Because they just like, oh, just what if Ultron 1? Like, okay, what led to him winning?
Right.
Right. Yeah, like why? Yeah, why did he win?
Going back to what Laiba said about the Shang-Chi thing, I still hold my theory that Shang-Chi killed his grandmother.
Oh my gosh!
I want to see that play out. I didn't get that in the movie.
Grandpa?
Yeah, Katie's
What
grandpa.
if Katie's grandpa was the Iron Gang's leader?
I think he still is. I literally believe that. That's my whole shtick. I don't. Johnny.
We'll get into it when the Shang-Chi episode comes out.
Yeah.
Oh, I have another hot take one. What if the MCU wasn't scared of showing other sexualities on screen?
Oh yeah.
From the beginning.
So what if Disney never bought Marvel?
Yeah.
No, from the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, like the first phase is like all white people.
Like.
True.
Yeah, there's that, but like you could have had Steve and Bucky.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if that was allowed on screen? Like, what if, I don't know, it's another one, like, but still, like, they could have.
Laiba, are you a Stucky fan?
I boost the Stucky.
I am a Sam Bucky fan.
I love Sam Bucky.
That's fine.
Okay, I ship it. Still technically a Stucky.
That's true, it is a Stucky. I was gonna say
it's like the healthier Stucky.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's I can get behind that. I never really thought too much about like shippings and stuff. I mean, I'm again.
So are we gonna have a shipping episode?
I guess so. We could.
Ooh,
apparently, these are the most controversial ones.
Like
I know mine.
I never really think about like it too deeply because it's like again, I actually enjoyed the ending. Like he got to like stay with Peggy because like at its core. It's like romantic. I think it's pretty. It's.
You are a
cute.
hopeless romantic, as you stated.
I've stated that before, and I thought it was like poetic. I always like these poetic moments where it feels like, oh, it makes sense, and in my heart that feels right. And then I left the theater, and I just saw the whole internet just like burn. I was like, you know what? Let's just have people enjoy what they enjoy.
But like, here's the thing: it kind of just like ruins Steve.
It does. No, I'll agree to that. Yeah, it does.
The first Captain America was about him saving Bucky.
Mm-hmm.
Second, him saving Bucky. Third, him saving
fighting,
Bucky.
breaking things up because of Bucky. Yeah,
exactly.
And then dip. You know.
And then he leaves Bucky.
Oh, like no, start a romance with their niece and then dip.
And then
oh
dip.
God.
And then dippity doo.
And then dip. Like not even help her on the
Steve
run.
never kissed Sharon. There, that's mine.
Okay, the one thing. The one thing about Sharon in that whole episode or that whole run is like, did she even try to come back? Like, what was she doing? She was like on the
She-
run.
She was like, I'm out.
She was
Yeah.
like
No.
She did
blacklisted from like
Yeah.
everything.
all of
like,
America,
Right. Yeah.
which isn't surprising for America.
because of the Sokovia amendments, right? Like
Yeah.
she
I mean-
couldn't come back or else she'd be imprisoned. So might as well make a lot of money in Mandrapore.
Right. They were. I mean, they were at fault. They even admitted they were at fault. Like not trying to help her back, not even thinking about her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she was girl bossing, like Tugboat McGuire says in our chat. She was
Yes.
girl bossing.
Yeah, girl boss
Girl bossing.
gaslight gatekeep.
One thing I
I want her to have the best in the
Yeah.
this coming up in the MCU. Like if she gets some revenge, if she does some bad things, she deserves it. Like
One thing I did talk about when that show was out like airing is like Madripoor is supposed to be like in Asia. Now I was very conflicted because it's like
It
a
was
criminal.
very white.
It's a criminal. It's a criminal based island. I was like, okay, but it's in Asia. I was like, there's no Asian people here. I'm like,
It's
that's
like,
a
is this
little
what you
weird.
think Asia looks like?
Yeah, that's what you think Asian people look like. I mean, I get it. It's like a criminal syndicate island. I don't know.
they had their token Asian guy with being the other flag smasher. What's his name? I forget his name now,
Oh,
but
yeah,
he was
yeah, yeah,
really
yeah.
The dude with the
hot.
blonde
Yeah,
hair.
yeah, the long hair.
He was,
Laiba, he
really
was in
hot. I don't know.
Asian Bachelors too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
mad that he got boomed at
He
the
got-
end.
Yeah. He's a good actor too.
Yeah, man.
He was also like not a bad dude. He was just like, wait a minute, Carly's
Hey.
getting a little extreme.
Yeah, he knew where to stop.
Yeah, yeah. The place looked nice, so it was full of white people. That's yeah. You know what? That's true.
Facts.
It was a nice criminal syndicate, so it had to be filled with white people. I
Yeah.
just thought it was weird. I was like, would I have been better if it was Asian people, knowing that it's like a crime island?
I like to think like the crime portions run by the white man, and then like the nicer part of Madripoor, like was it like Zemo said, like there's the bad part, there's a good part. The good part's just like the Asian centric, like the native people who live there and all that. That's where my brain.
But we never saw that, and that's what bothers me. We never saw.
No,
we don't know
we
if that's
are.
One day
true.
with
We
the
had
X-Men?
a token Asian.
Yeah,
Obviously.
we had one. We had one that was like chill.
Yeah.
I mean, he wanted change. And he's like, oh,
Exactly.
my
He had
friend's a
reason
little-
for change.
Yeah, good reason. And then you got, just
They
like all the
could've
other
le-
token
they didn't-
characters.
They could have left him.
Wait, no,
Like,
we
I
had
don't know
two.
what-
We had two. There
Who's
was
the
the old man from episode 1 who was friends with Bucky,
Mm,
Oh,
And the
yeah.
sushi bar waitress.
and the
Oh,
sushi bar.
yeah,
We
which
have
I thought-
3.
Which I thought she was gonna be like a spy or something, or like much more significant. No, she's just.
She's just the sushi bar waitress.
We're just there
That
to
part
know.
made me so happy.
We had the old man that Bucky killed his son. We had the
We-
sushi bar waitress, and we had the radical
Yes.
She was
Yes.
just there to
diversity.
solidify that Bucky had a type, and
Flavor.
Bucky was
Bucky
not about
liked
that Asian
seasoning in his
spice.
food.
Yeah, Bucky definitely had tastes.
Yeah.
Bucky does have taste,
Bucky
honestly.
does have taste. And
I mean, he's going for Sam's sister.
Oh, that was cute. I thought that was fun.
It was funny. I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was
God.
her name?
As much
Sarah?
as I love Sam
Sarah.
Bucky, I liked him flirting with Sarah a little
Yeah, well,
bit.
I-
Like,
It was
even if
funny.
it's just to get on Sam's nerves, like I don't care. Like they're all good pals.
Well, I liked it because it's like it just showed him as a person. He had a human
Yeah.
moment, And I was
Yeah,
like, oh,
you
that's
kind
nice.
of
Yeah.
see how he was like in the 40s.
Oh
right?
yeah, you get reminded.
However,
of
it was
that a
just
little bit.
weird that her name was Sarah, and then there's the fact
Steve's
that
mom
Steve's
is
mom's
Sarah.
name is Sarah.
Yeah.
we're unpacking too much. We've gone too deep.
We should get back on What If,
Here we
should
go. Oh, this tech-
yeah. What if? What
Okay.
if? Oh.
Yeah. Well, we
Okay,
all loved
so-
What If. That's why we're
So
talking
animation
about it.
bad, storytelling or
animation
animation good,
good.
storytelling bad.
I'll get canceled for a lot of
Acting.
things. But
I
I'm
will
gonna
also
get
say
canceled
good
for that.
acting. However, on the topic of the animation, though, you guys complimented the heck out of it. I
Mm-hmm.
think there was some choices in it that I didn't agree with, because like some characters look weird, like Dr. Erskine in the first episode. Like if you rewatch it, he
Oh
looked
yeah,
freaky.
okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
There were some design choices I didn't agree with. Animation wise, it was great. I did enjoy
I
it.
thought the Watcher kind of looks funny.
I love the Watcher. I love dude.
I
That
know,
guy.
I like it. 'Cause
Oh.
I know that's what he looks like, but I'm like, he's just his head.
He looks
kinda
like a big
so
baby.
comical.
I feel like his head needed to be bigger, honestly.
Oh man. Yeah, he
Yeah,
looked
no,
like a
they
big
called
baby.
the joke out with him. I called it, oh, big baby man. Just like
Stay
they
with the
know
baby
what they
man.
did.
Yeah, no, I loved, especially when he went like Super Saiyan. I was about it, bro. He squared up with Ultra. He was giving him the 1-2.
Yeah.
I was, ooh, this is good. This guy's going in. This
Just
guy's
talk
got a
about how
big head.
much I liked it when they were just like punching each other through universe.
Oh yeah, they,
Yes.
they,
See,
they were.
that's like something like they couldn't really do in live action. But
No.
when they're punching through universes, one of them I was like, is that Mustafa?
Yeah, no, that was Mustafar.
a little Easter
Vader's
egg.
castle is there.
That was a
Okay,
little
So
Easter
Star
I was
Wars
just like,
is
I'm
confirmed
pretty
in
sure
the
this
MCU?
is.
That looked like
I had to
Mustafar
go
for sure.
back and pause it, and I was just like, Mustafar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mustafar.
Okay, they definitely took a couple Star Wars planets because they couldn't come up with all these new ones on their own.
Forget which one, but like there's that planet from episode 3 where Ayla Sakura dies on, like the mushroom planet.
Yeah.
That was definitely in there.
Yeah. I remember the mushrooms there.
Okay, so okay, let's talk a little bit about the finale since we talked about it a little bit more and like how that kind of translates for the rest of the What If series. Do you think the Guardians of the Multiverse is like gonna be
An
a thing?
ever-changing roster?
Yeah, or do we still I want more of the anthology feeling, you know?
Same. Yeah.
I don't want it to be constructed.
That's why I thought this felt like what are they gonna do with Multiverse of Madness that doesn't feel too different? Because this, like with Doctor Strange as the lead in this, and like obviously some of these characters are gonna show up there. Like they really hinted at that, like especially leaving it on that note with Dark Doctor Strange and everything. But like this felt like it could have been Multiverse of Madness.
Right, yeah.
I love it,
see what
yeah.
you're saying.
So like I don't know what they're gonna do there. It's like, oh, they're gonna bring one in and they're gonna have all the multiverses colliding and there's gonna be a multiversal threat. Like we just saw that. It's gonna be different. I don't know.
What about you, Laiba? Where do you think the series is going?
I don't know, because first we have Natasha being back in a universe with no Natasha.
By the
And
way, I'm
then-
pissed that wasn't our own for the MCU. They could have
Honestly,
casted
I
someone
think ours
completely
is
different.
fine.
They could have casted someone completely different to be here. I would have been fine with it. I just want a
Natasha
proper Black
back.
Widow in some way in the MCU.
Yeah.
I feel like they already smucked that up too much. I wouldn't trust them with any more live action Natasha. So I'm happy that she got like a happy-ish ending where she gets to, fight crime with some friends.
Plus, like, if you
Not all of them.
if you bring
all of the other ones are dead, but like
if you bring
Including your
bugs.
best friend.
yeah, if you bring her back in any form though, that kind of just like deteriorates from like Yelena's story that we're looking to get. So
Yeah.
I think they did a good job with Yelena. So I was just like,
Yeah.
But Laiba, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, with Steve being in the Hydra Stomper. What the heck's that gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently they're bringing Captain Carter back for like another episode for season 2, I hear.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I want that.
yeah.
So,
They're
yeah.
trying to get not Peggy Carter, but Captain Carter to be a live action. I don't want it.
I don't want
I
it.
don't want it.
I'm happy with her being
Dead. No, I'm kidding.
animated. I was gonna
That
say
bitch
animated.
stays dead.
No, like I think her arc and her story and everything, especially like if you gave Steve that ending in Endgame, what's the point of bringing her? Like they gave them both like a happy ending in this main timeline.
Exactly.
Keep her in the animated. It's just as canon. Like I don't know why everything has to be brought back to live action, but I agree. I would rather it to be a little bit more anthologies, a little bit more Star Wars Vision-esque. Like those Star Wars Vision episodes were like half the length. They told more complete stories.
Yeah.
But like
Oh,
they
yeah.
could, like if they would have just kept to the, I guess like the elevator pitch of what if we got all these episodes of different universes. I don't know how they're gonna bring that back in season 2 after Watcher already got involved, because is Watcher gonna have to get involved again? Because it's gonna feel like really bland if they just bring back these one-off episodes again.
Yeah.
Is Ultron Vision
I know-
coming back?
Yeah, and it's like, and then you see the Gamora episode and be like, actually, you're supposed to watch this as episode 7 and then Party Thor and then 8, 9. Like, I feel like that's where it was supposed to be, right? Because they had
They had 10, I think.
the robots come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually wouldn't want them to bring back like Ultimate Ultron or whatever he's called, because my favorite version of Ultron is from Age of Ultron, where he's like struggling constantly to like achieve his goal, and he's like, oh, I'm above humans. And then you have that last scene with Vision, and you're you're more human than you think. And I like that duality that he faces, like existing, like existence is pain, and that's the most human thing ever. So that's my favorite version. The Meeseeks, exactly. But yeah, that was like that's like a supervillain without a struggle. I think is just kind of like, it's hard to write, it's hard to have fun with, or hard to relate to. That version of Vision or version of Ultron where he's like, I'm more than human, I'm more than this, I'm perfection, this is what I need, and then he comes to the realization like, I'm still just a robot, I'm no better than you.
I finished my purpose, now what?
Now what? And it's like, that's a duality I want to see from Ultron. That's the one we never got. It's cool to see what it expanded, like, oh, what happens when he gets what he wants. But now I want to see.
By the way, I'm sad that they couldn't get the original actor back for
I
Ultron,
know,
though.
Robert California, man.
The Lizard King.
I love Robert California.
Oh, it was that guy.
I'm the Lizard King.
Just
I would, I would love to see a live action Watcher, just like a gigantic baby.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we do Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was
You
there.
see
Just
them
sitting there talking
with his
to him.
homies.
Yeah.
Stan Lee.
Well,
See, that was like a weird choice that I saw. Like, I kind of liked how they had like he was looking into the fractals and for the reality watching, but I was just like, I kind of liked how it was on which comic was it? Original Sin,
right.
where it's
yes.
like it's just this like kind of this one place, and I guess you could have had still the fractals and everything, but like there's these wisps of the memories of kind of like these other Watchers and stuff there, because like they all can see everything, but there is a Watcher for each.
Yeah.
Boss Baby
like,
3.
I saw that.
That's what Boss Baby 3 is. It's just Uatu.
The Watcher.
Just the Watcher. Uatu just
Canon.
Dear God,
that's the
get,
what if I want, man.
Get freaking what's his name?
Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin. There we go.
Oh
my God. Alec Baldwin and Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire's in Boss Baby.
Yeah.
Is he?
Canon.
Yeah.
I've never seen those movies. I don't think I want to.
It's cute. They're cute.
Okay.
Movies.
I'll think about it.
All right. So what's our overall rating for the season? Let's start to wrap this up.
Out of 10?
5. 10 is hard.
I'm gonna
2.
say
2. That's harsh.
I'm giving it a 2.
Okay.
I'll say 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
3, right in the middle.
I think 3 is where I'm sitting, just because the animation was carrying the whole thing.
I think that averages out to 3.
To a 3.
As well.
Yeah, averages to 3.
Uatu, we gotta pull forward for our boy Uatu, man. Like that guy, that guy deserves.
Well,
there's
reference, Jeffrey Wright did an amazing job.
Yeah. No, I love that guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's, but we gotta support Uatu, man. Like he's
Yes.
POC too, so you know.
There's a lot of good moments in it, but it just those 2 starts off with just they kind of botched the writing really bad. So
Honestly, I feel like they need to restructure how the show needs to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like the 30 minutes isn't doing it for me, at least.
like the thing is, they could tell complete stories in 30 minutes, like Star Wars Vision did in 15. Like it's enough time. But they're
like
not writing it
you
tight
just
enough
need-
or
you just
something.
need value.
Because that's why, like, the Doctor Strange episode, like, I thought that was a tight enough story where, like, you kind of, you're left on the note where, like, he's in his little universe bubble. But, like, it was a complete story. You learn about the character. You come away with something you didn't know. You even got a little lesson at the end of it. Like, oh, you can't always bring back the ones you love. Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, fair.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're counting down on our talk time. Any final thoughts about What If?
Tugboat McGuire just says, Yeah, I love Bucky's shower scene. Give me more of that.
Yeah.
Oh, me too.
all
Oh,
did.
yeah.
Even though it's just animated.
Yeah.
hmm
Oh my
I just want to see more of this animation style. I think it'd be cool if because like they have so many Marvel projects in the work right now. They should
Mhm.
just like commit to having some of those not be live action and just
Yeah.
continuing in this animation verse
Yeah.
too, because like they get very limited with the
Mhm.
CGI and stuff. Like I'm still bummed about Miss Marvel's powers changing, whether it's
Yeah.
because of Mr. Fantastic or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But like if you had her animated, you
We'll
wouldn't
have to
have that
see.
issue.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
have
what
to
I
see,
was
though.
thinking of what they were gonna do. Like they're gonna stretch her because like it's not. Does she like fully stretch out or is it just?
Yeah.
her
So her
fist?
body just
She can
morphs
like
how she wants it
twist
to.
and yeah.
Oh, because I was like that'd be kind of weird live action.
It's
Yeah.
just very much like her own ability to manipulate her mass.
Yeah.
That's like the best way I can put it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
To some extent she can shapeshift a little bit, I think too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like.
But she can like stretch and bend and be very long and bigger hands.
She can
Figuring.
shrink herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's
Nick?
our official. Well, no, I don't think so. I think I've said everything that I wanted to say about the series. It's not something I'm gonna watch again for sure.
Yeah.
I think I've consumed everything I've needed for this season. Am I excited for the second season? Sure, I'm excited for every Marvel property, but like it's not Robbie Reyes for me, you know. Like that's
It's Robbie Reyes.
God
not
damn
Robbie.
it.
Reyes for me.
Just have to always bring it back to Robbie.
God, can you? What the day that gets announced, you know that I'm dead. You know that I'm
Yeah.
dead.
It's you.
It is me. Like it's. I've been on that campaign for years, and I know he's in Agents of Shield, but I just need him here now. Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Who
You know
plays in
what?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I'm sorry.
Oh no, go.
I was gonna say who plays Robbie Reyes in Agents of Shield.
Gabriel Luna.
which is a perfect.
Oh,
He's perfect.
He was here. He was in Calgary.
Wow. Maybe
Oh
there's
yeah, he was
Ghost Rider.
he's in Last of Us. I forgot
Mhm.
about that. Yeah.
Oh,
Plays
never
Tommy.
mind.
He's
Never mind.
Tommy?
Yes.
Oh, okay then. Well,
Fun.
damn.
All right.
Exciting.
Well, that's our
Yeah,
rating.
no, I was just gonna say last thought is, especially compared to the other shows that Marvel put out this year, this is the only one I didn't care about seeing spoilers, and actually the only show that I was okay with waiting more than 1 week for watching, because it took me. I watched the Killmonger Tony episode right before like the Party
Party
Thor
Thor,
episode.
okay.
So
Yeah.
it took me a whole week to watch that one. It took me like a whole week and almost 2 weeks to watch like episode 8 and then like 9 is just like from Wednesday to Monday
Right.
for this show. So I'm like, this is the only one that I really couldn't. I wasn't invested in.
Right. Yeah.
And it kind of made me sad because I was really excited for it in the
Yeah.
beginning.
There you go, people.
mean,
from the voice.
We didn't like it.
We didn't
I
like
mean,
it.
We
felt-
liked a lot
had
of
higher
bits.
expectations of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, they have the staff and the creative team to produce
Yeah. They do.
that level of
Okay.
content.
We've got
I mean,
it.
like, this is where I get a little bit worried too with the sheer amount of Marvel projects coming out. It's like, yeah, you can't like all of them because with the quantity they're putting out, there's going to be bad ones. And this one, I just hope they listen to the feedback that
I mean,
people
so
have.
far in terms of movies, 25 films. I've enjoyed every single one so far myself.
I mean, they're not
so-
like they're all good, right? But like
Yeah.
when you have 25 and you have to think about like the scope of 25 films, it's like okay, they all can't be good in comparison to each other.
Yes.
One of them's got to
Yeah.
fall short, you know. And about new films, are we all excited to watch Eternals?
Yes.
Johnny,
I
you
bought
have your tickets, right?
I got my
Yeah.
tickets.
I'm thinking of getting my tickets. Hopefully.
Your tickets, people. Go support this film because
Yeah.
apparently it ain't
Get
gonna
it.
get released in China.
Get
Oh,
it.
that's upsetting.
It's because
Oh.
gay couple.
Yeah.
Russia has it at a PG-18 because love.
Love.
So excited.
So support this film, people.
Yeah, go get your tickets. I actually need to figure out when, because we do the show on Thursday, so it's like we either
We
move
can't
my
go
sh-
to the advanced
My
screening.
theaters,
Yeah, so
I'm
it's like-
watching it at 9:30 after we're done the show.
Yeah. Well, see, I open
Smart.
at my job, and that's like at 4 a.m, so I can't I can't do this and then go see the movie.
Do it after that shift.
I just realized I
Yeah,
need to work the next day as well. Fuck.
Yeah. Or maybe I'll just do it anyway and just not care. I'll just
Do-
be
You
like,
do
work
it
at
for
a coffee
Chloe.
shop, chug the espresso.
Get a couple Red Bulls and you're flying high.
I have a high caffeine tolerance. I go through 9 shots a day average, and I should probably go see a doctor.
Right.
Yeah, it's not a
You're around coffee most
Yeah.
of the day.
all the time.
Must be nice.
You'd think so. You would definitely think so. Yeah, it is it's a struggle for sure.
So yeah, there are our final thoughts, and heads up for everyone watching tonight, we will be back on Thursday.
Yes.
Don't worry.
Not me.
I was gonna say just without the lovely Victoria
Without
here,
Victoria.
I'm getting replaced by the lovely Danielle.
Oh yes.
which
Yeah.
who is an absolute riot. We will miss you though, Victoria, but it will be interesting seeing our dynamic without you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll have a picture of Victoria with me.
Picture of
Of
Victoria.
course.
It'll be my background.
There you
Oh
go.
yeah, no, that's the theme for all of
Yeah.
Thursday. We're just gonna grab a screenshot of Victoria's TikToks and just have her as her
Oh man.
in memoriam of
It's
her.
gonna be in that face I make the
We
But-
miss you,
Wait, no,
Victoria.
no. We should have it as like Nick has one corner of it, I have the bottom corner.
God. Well, no. Okay. So for that Thursday, I'm going to be running a little game show, for everybody. So I got some like effects, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be like Jeopardy style. We're gonna have a lot of fun. There's
Yeah,
no prizes.
Nick hasn't told us too much of what's happening yet, and
Nothing.
I'm a
He's
little
told
bit
us nothing.
concerned.
Yeah. It could.
Kind
it-
of
I need to buy
excited.
fire noodles.
we could
for
blow.
it.
We could. No, you don't. We could blow through it in like 10 minutes, or it might take like 2 hours. We don't know. I don't know. I haven't fully constructed this.
Fingers crossed for 2 hours.
Yeah, we're just hey, if anything, we could just talk about Stucky for an hour and a half. 'Cause
I'm sure
down.
Danielle will give some
Yeah.
opinions about Venom if we want to bring
Oh,
up
yeah.
some goo
Hey, man.
fuckers too.
Oh, we will definitely get into more goofuckery.
yeah. So we got things that we're gonna be doing on Thursday. It's gonna be fun. But come see the dumpster fire if you're interested. It might work, it might not, whatever. I mean, we're
Yeah.
here. And also for everybody who's here, remember to follow us here because we're trying
We're
to hit that
really
affili-
close to the affiliate level.
Yes.
We're getting there.
We're getting there, and then we can do emotes and
Bully
bits.
your siblings into following us. That's what
Yeah.
I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pin him into the ground and just make him like follow the voices of Atlas.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're also here. We're also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Hopefully, we get that YouTube channel going.
I'm working on
And
it.
We
We're hoping to
have
get
a
episode one.
Discord.
Oh,
We
yeah.
got a
So-
Discord. Y'all need to join it. We want to
Yeah.
interact with more of you guys just
Down below.
outside of the streams.
Yeah.
You can ask us questions. You can hear our unfiltered thoughts. Whatever.
Yeah.
Hear me talk.
We can
about
talk. We can get into
dramas.
more depth about goofuckery. We can have a class about it.
I do.
We can get into the physiology about it.
Yes.
We might need to check some IDs for that.
Right.
Yes, we do.
I do want to highlight the review that we got, our first ever review on Apple Podcasts, which was very emotional. It was very great.
Made me cry last
Um,
night.
Yeah, B_C_L07. Whoever you are, thank you so much. We appreciate it. I'm just gonna read this out loud because it is our first one, and I think it's a thing to be.
Special moment.
Yeah, I think it's a moment to celebrate. A great geek podcast. I follow those hosts on TikTok, so I was thrilled to hear that they'd be collaborating together on a podcast. Hearing their insights expand beyond 3 minutes, plus their fun banter and topics, make this a must listen for any pop culture fan out there. It's so nice, you know.
me
That is what we
cry.
call
No.
good soup, guys.
It's good soup.
Good soup.
Good
Good
soup.
Soup.
It's so nice. But thank you so much for that review. If you guys are listening to us on Apple Podcasts, we'd love to hear your feedback. Remember to rate us. If you hate us, if you like
5
us,
stars.
5
5
stars.
stars.
Hey, for
Give
every
us
hot.
If you hate
constructive
us, 5
criticism.
stars.
Tell us what you guys want to see as well. We're always open to options.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
a great place to ask us on Discord.
Yes.
Remember, guys.
Shameless plugging.
Shameless plug.
good.
Hey,
Left and right.
we're everywhere. We're trying.
I mean, while I'm plugging, you can find me at Victoria Organa everywhere. You
Mhm.
can find who?
Me.
Oh, I thought you were about to add more there, Victoria.
No, no. Just find me there.
Just
You don't
find
need to
it.
find
With what you're doing on Friday?
Oh,
Oh,
dude,
Oh,
do tell,
there
do
you
tell.
go.
God. No. So, if you guys have heard of Stark Radio, ran by the lovely producer Liz on TikTok and Instagram, we are having a Marvel Hot Takes night. So that should be fun, and it's all amazing non-men to give our unfiltered thoughts.
It's like this show, but cooler. You know,
Yeah.
it's way cooler.
And we have like a star-studded
And way more
cast.
professional.
I would go follow Liz to get the list of everyone. I think
Danielle Silverstone's in it.
Danielle's there, and our friend Amanda is also going to be there, and
We love Amanda.
way more. So check that out. That's going to be Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So
Oh yeah.
Laiba, where can we find you?
Oh, you can find me on TikTok at Mixed and Anxious. Right now, I'm posting about a lot of Korean actors, but I will continue posting about Marvel always.
We're all inclusive here.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
are.
I am Super Nikendra. You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok. TikTok, it's amazing Nikendra. Though I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna change that up. I need to be consistent. All right,
You
branding
need
is
the
everything.
synergy.
I need the synergy. Okay, we did it for Voices of Atlas. I can do it for this.
Hell yeah.
But all of those links down below in the description. All of it. I took like 20 minutes. I know. Actually, I took like an hour yesterday, just like copy pasting everything. But I did it. All right, I did it so nobody else has to.
He did the homework.
I did the homework. I had to make up for not watching Visions.
Nick understood the assignment.
Understood the assignment.
And I am the Marvelous Johnny. Y'all can find me on TikTok. Just no underscore for that. But if you want to find me on Instagram, just underscore between Marvelous and Johnny. That is Marvelous with 2 L's. I'm making that my thing now, I'm pretty sure.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you.
Have a great night, everyone.
Yes,
thanks
thank
for
you.
coming.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
every single one of you. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Au revoir.
Bye.
Toodaloo.